Some people book you because they want to party with you.
Everything is bad.
I was actually shocked
Don't
sometimes.
start
But
this
yeah,
topic.
she's badass. Content is king.
You have boobs.
The finesse. No.
Let's do that. Hey there, welcome to Supersonic video podcast. My name is Leisan, and honestly, it's our first episode. I'm super nervous. I'm a little bit shaking, and my heart is, what heart is usually
Beating,
doing? Beating,
pitter-patter.
right? Beating very, very fast. But I'm very happy to have my first guest here. Athena, thank you so much for coming. We are not like close friends yet. We know each other for a couple of months, but I'm happy that I know you, that I met you, and thank you for coming. She's an amazing DJ, artist, beautiful girl, and amazing person.
Thank you so much for having me as your first guest. I'm honored.
Yeah. Do you remember how we met first time?
I look into.
I remember
Right?
that I came to the Lick and Deep. I sat there, and you played after me. I remember that the girl, she's like, came during my set. You introduced yourself. You start taking picture of us, like, hey, let's do this. After that, you send these pictures after the show to me. We start chatting. We start seeing each other. We already play B2B set with you. We're planning to go to Miami next week and live and stay together in one house. And it just 2 months after we met each other, I'm like, this is your communication skill. It's a part of your success in the career, like how you communicate with people.
Yes, thank you for remembering all of that. I think those details, I put thought into it and like how I treat people, For me, making connections is very important, but it's more natural for me. When I see talent or when I see someone who's very special and, I just want to connect with them, like I definitely put myself out there and I feel like I've just always been, more comfortable coming out and saying hi to people. But for me, like I think I do utilize that networking or, you know, um, being more extroverted. And I think I've seen that grow my success pretty quickly. To me, connecting with others naturally without, like, I guess,
Like just on your way, Yeah,
yeah.
it's part of you. You're not like pushing yourself.
Non-transactional. Yeah. It's like, hey, you're beautiful, you're cool, you have great taste. I want to get to know you. And I think it was very natural for us because we're in the same space. And so I was very curious to get to know you more
You think
too.
we are in the same space?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
agree.
yes.
Beautiful, talented, and very communicated people. I have a little bit difficult to communicate with the people because of my language. Sometimes I'm just smiling, just to be more attractive and like, hello.
I think you're very approachable though. And
I'm
your
just
energy is like an aura, like people are very drawn to that. And
I'm just using my strong sides of me.
mm.
Yeah. Um, as I said, I feel myself a little bit nervous because it's my first podcast, and I feel myself the same as when I play my first gig ever, like 4 years ago. I remember I played in downtown LA. I get a lot of shots of vodka or something, like just to relieve
Yes.
my stress, to calm myself down.
Vodka. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. So, and right now it feels that I needed to calm myself down. And I remember that your favorite alcohol drink is Japanese sake or sake.
Mm.
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
My boyfriend will kill me because I did mistake again. Sake. So, will you join me to get a shot of sake?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Let's
Anastasia, we're
go.
waiting for you.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You see, my hands are still shaking.
Oh no. Okay, sake is really good because it can be strong, but it's very smooth. So like drinking a bottle of that is not the same as drinking a bottle of like vodka or tequila, but it still has the same effect. You just don't like it's not like harsh to drink.
I love it so much. Let's do that.
Cheers
Cheers.
to your podcast.
Let's do that. It's not bad. It's really Japanese. Accidentally, my boyfriend a big fan of Japanese, of Japan and the Japanese culture, and he has the samurai
Sword.
yes, like this thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he has a Japanese sake, and he has a Japanese dog. So.
Japanese. Japan is beautiful.
I
Yes.
know I've never been, but when I got my travel documents, it will be one of the first countries for us to travel.
Amazing.
Do you love Japan?
I was supposed to go back in like 2019, but something happened. I had to cancel the whole trip like a week before.
COVID
So,
happened.
um, what?
COVID happened.
Yeah. COVID, yes. And so never rebooked it, but soon I'll feel ready to go. And like I've just known it's a beautiful place. It's like fashion is amazing, like the Japanese flowers and Japanese whiskey, and just the culture is amazing, I hear.
How, like, do you feel yourself like related with the Asian culture or more like Hispanic culture? Where's your heart is going to?
Okay, so where I'm from is Garden Grove. I'm like born and raised in Garden Grove. And then, middle school, high school, I moved to Irvine. So Garden Grove is like 70% Hispanic and 30% Vietnamese. And I'm Vietnamese. So,
You full
yes,
Vietnamese.
full Vietnamese. Yes. But I feel like Latina. I feel like big part of me is
And
Latina.
this where we are at the same page because I'm Eastern European, but sometimes I feel that I'm Latina too because of the music. I don't know why. Like these rhythms, like drums and everything, I love it so much. I've never like thought about myself that I will love this kind of music. And sometimes like people think that I'm Brazilian because of my like I don't know color of my skin or how I'm like playing the Brazilian songs or whatever. But so I know you're just wearing this beautiful top,
I'm
but
moving
it's
that up
okay.
past you, yeah.
You said that you feel yourself a little bit Hispanic because of
Hmm.
area when you grow up.
Yes, absolutely. All my friends were mainly Hispanic, and like I really embodied that, after school, getting like hot Cheetos at the ice cream truck and just like my go-to food after shows for a long time was like carne asada fries, and I don't know, I still feel that within me
What is
in
it?
music
What is
too.
it, Carol?
Carne asada
Yes,
fries.
fry.
Carne asada fries.
Is it
I love
French
that so much.
fries?
It's like it's like fries and like carne asada and like guac and like just cheese and like oh my God, it's really good. Drunchy food for sure.
So you like Hispanic food more than the Vietnamese food?
Honestly, yes. I mean, I didn't start liking Vietnamese food until I got older, but and the music too, like in my backyard they would have like mariachi bands and like Hispanic music like almost every night, like banging loud. So like I feel like that kind of like focused on my yeah.
So you growing up with the music, like it's from your childhood, right? Have you
Yes.
ever dreamed to be a DJ? Tell me that.
Definitely not a DJ. I feel like I grew up in a very musical household though. Like, my dad was a composer and conductor for like most of his life and, led the churches and he played like every instrument and like sang and, he would play the piano when I was young and I'd sit next to him and sing like Mamma Mia or just all these like ABBA songs and yeah, just like growing up with that, I think something clicked within me and I was always in like church choir or gate choir and like very involved in that way, but I never thought that I would do anything with music.
No, me as well. I think here is we have a mutual thing. I've never like thinking to be a DJ or to be an artist. I was always dreaming to be a TV producer. But it's happened that my mom introduced me to the music or introduced music to me and I was singing, play piano and like in 21 at 22 I just started playing music very accidentally. I didn't expect. It just was a hobby and right now it's become my job and like a big part of my life, but I'm enjoying it and I think it's cool when it comes naturally, right? When you're not like pushing yourself, oh I want to be this, it just like become by itself, right?
Absolutely. And I think like we both come from very professional backgrounds, you on
So
TV,
we
me
are
in
here just
marketing.
saying each other the
Yes,
compliments,
yes,
right?
yes. And
This
then,
podcast.
yes. And like music is like a creative form that we discovered not too long ago, which is fun because we get to express ourselves like differently than being professional in our workplace, right? Because like marketing is very corporate, like formal and all that stuff, which I've been in for 5 years. And then, music, being in this for like a year and a half now, it's more like I could wear cool outfits, I could like do like beautiful makeup and just like be expressive through like what I put out there on like my Instagram captions or content. So very different.
It's very interesting topic to discuss how you manage your regular work with the DJing, because before you becoming a superstar, when you like fully booked and you have a tour and you have a money for a living, when you start your DJing career, you have to figure out how to live, how to pay your rent, how to like buy the food, and also to have a gigs to play. But at the start of your career, you have a gig like 1 200 like paid gigs, not, or
Right.
maybe for free. So how you manage your schedule between your regular work and your DJing thing? It's
Not,
easy.
oh my gosh, the time that I had to put into it for like the first half year, even like the first year, not too long ago, was like very long hours, right? Because I'm an afters girl at heart, right? And so I would work my 9 to 5, but then I would be playing weekly on like Thursdays at my residencies, and then like be partying at Space Yacht on Tuesdays, and then there Thursdays, and then party Friday, go out network Saturday. So it was like Tuesday through Sunday, I'm in LA, like, after work, or just like trying to meet people and like play shows as much as I could. So, very, very long hours, many sunrises, it's very stressful for like mental health and physical health, but it was all worth it for me. And like my job being marketing, I've always worked remote. So, that's definitely helped, and very appreciative that I could balance it somewhat.
And it's kind of hard, and I think when you start your career, it's very important to start managing this kind of thing, because especially if you came from the different country, you don't have a family. I don't have a family here. I don't have no one to support me here. If I don't have money to pay my rent, I don't have money to pay my
Jeez.
rent. That's it. My parents are not going to like send me money here or whatever. Especially LA is expensive
Mm.
city, so you always have to manage like this kind of thing. Okay, I'm very interesting. So you are a very unique example how to play at one of the biggest tech house places and shows in LA after 1 year and a half. Tell me the secret. I'm like ready to take notes. Guys, please, you as well, because a lot of DJ, they can play like 5 10 years at the small bars and not moving. And how you, without any like connections, you don't have like any musical education, you're not like singing or playing live instruments, how you, just like this simple girl from Orange County, start playing at Sound nightclub in LA. It's one of them like main clubs in Los Angeles, like Space Yacht, Lick and Zip. You collaborating with Doll Skills brand, which is one of the biggest brand of the clothes for girls. Tell the secret. What is that? It's your communication skills. I wanna know how it's happened.
It's the finesse. No, like I definitely feel lucky and appreciative of everyone who's believed in me, early on, even just like a couple months ago, right? People are still like putting me onto shows that I'm like maybe aren't so close with, or I didn't know they're like, watching what I do, but very grateful for that. And I'll be honest, like my first big show was like maybe, so I started in June and then the show was in October. Like I only had like one post about like DJing or how I got started, and Lick and Dip like just cold DM'd me, and I have no idea how they found me, but I think maybe energy
Did you
or
ask them how did they found you? Maybe someone recommend you, or
I talked to them and I was just like, "What? How did you find me?" And they just said, "I don't know."
power of
Like
the
I don't
social
know.
media.
Yeah, social media is insane, and I think sometimes people just see you and want to give people a chance. That's why I'm very grateful for the opportunities that Lick and Dip has presented for me, because I didn't have anything under my belt. I'm like very new and I don't have a background. But they trusted me and they liked me and they asked me to play every week for quite a while. And that presented other opportunities for me and put me on the map in LA. And again, just like going out week by week, and really putting myself out there, whether I was going alone or like I knew people or not. I think just naturally I tend to like want to talk to others and like put myself out there. And I think a lot of people misunderstand like how to get opportunities. It's one thing to like email people your mixes or DM, right? But it's another to go out there and like meet these people who are the owners or promoters or like, like remember people's names and show up and become a fan or like be someone who supports their brand so they know
It's
like
a very interesting topic because yeah, you said correct. It's not just like DM people or follow back each other in Instagram. It's it's a fucking hard job behind the scene. Like you have to go out, you have to meet people, you have to say hi, it's me like 10 times, whatever. So it's like really important. You said it was one of your biggest show at the Lick and Deep. Do you remember your first show that you played?
yes, my very first show was on
Tell
my
me how it was like.
Okay, so I have a best friend. Her name is Michelle, and she's like a big DJ, like for hip hop, R&B, and like trap and dubstep and stuff. And so when I met her, she, was like, Athena, I think you should be a DJ. And so that was in February at Skyline, and then in June, like my birthday was coming up. I'm a Gemini, by the way. And so she was like, or I asked her, I was like, hey, I really want to DJ for my birthday. I'm gonna rent out like a little warehouse and invite like 100 of friends and family, and like I want to have a lineup, I want to headline, and I want to play. And so she came from Amsterdam a week before my birthday, and we are like, okay, let's just get it together. And she like taught me within that week on CDJs, and then we just did the thing. And then, from there, of course, it was very difficult to get like a gig because no one knew who I was. And I didn't really have friends in the industry yet. But I played one commissary show and then in Orange County.
Yeah.
And then it was pretty quiet. And then Lick and Dip, and just all these opportunities started coming after that. And
You just jumped so fast from
it
like
was
a
fast.
birthday party, like a small, no one like, I don't know, it wasn't like an Instagram, it wasn't officially party, right?
Yes.
And just like you jump to the Lick and Zip with the 500-600 people.
Right, yes.
It's a big
yeah.
jump.
I think it's very interesting that, in different careers or goals that I have, like I tend to move pretty fast. Like with marketing, I'm in it for 5 years already. But when I started, I was like, I went freelancing within a year, and then I went to an agency, and then I went in-house as a manager. It grew very quickly, created my own business. Now I like teach people how to do marketing. Like I just like to roll quick. And I don't know, that's just something that I've always seen within myself and other industries. And the great thing about music that's very inspiring and exciting is that the cap to your success is making timeless music, like becoming like Daft Punk or something like that, or like a Peggy
Forever.
Goo, like making your mark on music and history. And so, yeah, that's pretty
I
cool.
remember when I had my first gig, we created a party with my friend. It was like 150 or 200 people at our first party. I've been in America like 4 months. I really like cannot speak English at that time. Still cannot, as you see, but I'm doing my best.
You're amazing.
I started like practice DJing as well, like 2 weeks before this set, and I didn't know about the like marks on the track that you can do in record box. So I took the piece of paper and put the name of all the tracks and where I have to mix them. Like I put the numbers of the time, like 0005 till like something. And I did like all the script of my set on the piece of paper, like, like very...
So manual.
yeah.
Wow.
I was like, I remember that I drank so much, like some shots or something. And I remember that I still felt myself sober because I was like, oh my God. And people, all my friends came, like, and everyone came support me. And I'm like, oh my God. I was so scared. But it's fun and it's cool that we have this kind of experience and we have these emotions. It's very interesting. I remember you mentioned right now the Peggy Goo artist. Do you like her?
Love. I'm a fan of her music. I'm a fan of her impact on the music industry and, the representation that, I admire. So,
So like a phenomenon right now. She's a great influencer. She's not just a musician. She's just something bigger. I don't know. She brings like fashion to us. She brings like so cool music. She brings her culture to her tracks, which is so cool. Sometimes I was thinking too. So my roots, I'm Tatar. It's my nationality, and sometimes I'm thinking maybe to start doing some like Tatar melodies in my track as well, because it's so cool when you bring something unique, something that people like haven't listened before, you know. And
Right.
she's doing such a great job all the time. In her last release with Lenny Kravitz,
Mm.
I mean, he's iconic
Mm.
and she's iconic. I'm like, oh my God, it's just such a great person. And I think that when you're looking at her, how she's like growing up and getting like from one success to another, like how she's acting, how she like present herself, it's a good example for other females DJs, because you cannot not be just a beautiful like doll girl, but you also can bring a message to the people, like say something with your like, I don't know, outfits, with your music, with your like I don't know, like your Instagram even, you know.
Mm. Dude, she was a fashion major, and then she switched, that's why her fashion's like
Did you watch her
amazing.
interview? She,
Which one?
oh my God, I don't wanna lie. She
Mm.
gave a interview at some like Stanford or something, like at some
Mm-hmm.
university.
Okay.
But it's so interesting about like to listen to her, like what she's saying, her culture, how she came there, how she started like producing and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yes, and she was like the first woman in like Europe to like win awards for being a producer and DJ. So, and again with, being Asian and women, right? Like I feel like she was one of the first early people to really come out and like impact the music industry in that way. So,
Me as a girl, I'm always listening like this kind of, or hear these like phrases that, oh, you're a girl, you're a DJ, you're a female DJ, you are you have like some special things, you know, it's like easy for you, you are beautiful and stuff like that. Like, have you ever heard like this kind of phrases or comments to you when someone's saying to you something like that, like, hey, it's like easy for you to be DJ, you have boobs, you have beautiful eyes, like it's easy.
right. I think that's the scary part about putting content out there and, putting yourself out there, like on social, TikTok, Reels, whatever it is. Like you're going to get feedback and that's negative, positive, but I think it comes with it, unfortunately. But I think that means you're doing something right. You're getting the attention and interaction of people. If people are negative and they say that, which I have sometimes heard that.
What they're saying usually? Tell me the worst comment or the worst thing that you ever heard.
Um, yeah, that I'm like a girl that, like they only gave me the position because I'm a girl. But I see that as a positive that yes, like I look at different lineups that I'm on and I'm the only woman on the lineup, which I feel empowered by. I'm like, hell yeah, I remember Space Yacht when I played for Bruno Furlan. And
Yeah.
at the end, there was a B3B with like Odd Mob, Sizak, Bruno Furlan, and me, and it's crazy because at the end, they're like, are you gonna go in B3B? Like you're on the lineup. And I was actually shocked to hear that. I'm like, wait, I forgot. Like I am on the lineup. Like I should put my presence up there with all these big guys. And like that's an honor to me. And that really shows like your hard work and your talent. And people are like rooting for you actually. So
No, it's cool that like yes, we are beautiful, but we also bring the talent. I mean, if you're
absolutely.
not talented DJ, everyone will mention that, or
Mm.
like you be playing like a bad music, but there is no exist a bad music. But you understand what I mean. If you're not bringing the
Yes.
vibe, if you're not bringing the mood, if people are not dancing, you can see that. But yeah, I
We
just want to
walk the
say
talk. We walk the talk.
no,
Yeah.
really. And I'm always thinking also people are not talking about the like difficult when you are a DJ girl, like
Mm.
when you're playing at the Lick and Deep at 3 a.m. in the middle of the downtown LA.
Mm.
Have you ever asked me how I'm going from Lick and Deep to my parked car like 7 minutes away from the Lick and Deep? I have my teaser in my pocket, I have my pepper spray, I'm going to boxing to feel myself more safe. Like I want to feel myself, because sometimes, like, if you're a guy, you can protect yourself, you know. I don't know, like, even when you're DJing, someone bothering you, you can say like stop or
Right.
fuck off, whatever. But when you're a girl, you cannot say something to the other guys or whatever. So did you have like any experience, like scared moments when you going back from late gig to your car or whatever?
Absolutely, all the
Tell
time.
me, tell me some stories. I want to
Okay,
hear that.
most of the gigs are in LA and downtown LA to be specific, which
For the
is
people who are not like haven't been in LA yet,
mhm,
it's not safe city at all,
mhm,
especially for a lonely girl in the middle of the night, especially at the morning in
mhm.
Hollywood. It's not safe
No.
sometimes. So yes, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, it's scary every time. And you don't have people to walk you, right? You have friends that come, but like sometimes you go to gigs alone, right? Because there's a lot. But yeah, leaving at like 4 a.m. or early hours is scary. You just run to your car and like lock the door right when you get in, but like there's people, on the streets, and you just have to like just run. Like it's scary, but I think over time like you get used to it a little bit, or you try to park like closer or like call someone on the phone, but it's not easy, and I think it's a part of it, but hopefully, we
No,
don't.
I agree. One day I had a gig, but it was like a kind of a pool party. It was in the middle of the day. It was maybe, I don't know, like 3 or 4 p.m. It's a day party. And I was playing, and some guy, he looks like a little bit like weird. He was like
Mhm.
a 40 years old man. His face was a little bit weird, and he's like dancing, looking on the front of me. He was dancing on the front of my DJ decks. He was dancing and looked like staring at me,
Mm.
and I'm looking at him, and he just like looking at me and start whispering something. And I remember him like from other gigs, and he just like coming to, it was a few times he came to my gigs dancing in the front of me and whispering
That
like
is so
something.
scary.
It's, yeah,
That's really
yeah,
scary.
it's very scary. I'm like, oh my god.
Mm.
And sometimes you really have to be like protected or something. I have one gig at the, oh my god, I forgot, somewhere in the underground party in LA as well, underwear party. And I
Yes.
was playing, and some very drunk guy behind me, he's pushing me here, he disturbing me the whole set. And after me came the other girl DJ, and she just like, get out from here. She just like was very like angry and very straight to him, like, don't touch me, get out. And she like left her. And I'm like, oh my god, I have to remember that. But
Mm.
sometimes you have to like to save your
Yeah,
space,
yeah,
because you're
yeah.
working, you're taking, like, it's your job. Like,
Mhm.
you don't want to be disturbed from something. Yeah. But in other things, Big Girl DJ is very interesting, very positive. We love it so much.
Yes, I've never really been like approached too often when I'm DJing and have people like, "Can you play this? Can you play that?" Like it happens
Don't
sometimes,
start
but
this
yeah,
topic.
I do
Don't
you
start.
have like it happens sometimes, but I feel like I'm very nice. I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, no," like or like
One
I don't say like
one
butt
day I
off.
playing at Pinky's, and I swear I was almost one step away to hit the guy. I swear, he came to me. He was drunk, but it's not excuses. It's my job. Just don't drink if you're doing stupid things when you are drunk. He came to me, I swear, like 2 or 3 times, and he's like, this song is so bad. Like, the music that you're playing is so bad. Can you play something more cool? And he just continues saying that to me during my set. It was a bar. It wasn't like a club or something. I played the music that I always playing at Pinky's. I'm playing at Pinky's like almost 2 years. And I was like turning to him and say like, hey, listen to me. Never come to the DJ anymore and saying nothing like that. Like, never. He's like, why? I'm like, never. Because it's disrespectful to the artist. I said, you don't like my music? Go out from this bar, and just came different day to the Pinkies and listen to different DJs. But you have to respect each other's work. Like, it can be DJ, a waiter, a bartender, whatever. But I'm like,
And other people are having fun, and it's
how
like
you
it's
can,
just
yes,
you
and the
like
people are
yeah.
dancing, and I'm like, how like how many braveness do you have inside of you
Entitled,
to start
like
like saying that?
asshole. Yeah. Oh, comes with the
If you
territory.
listen to me, don't do that anymore. And no one, please.
Yeah,
It's a very sensitive topic for the all artists.
right. You can just say, "Do you want to DJ? Do you want to get up here and do this?" Because I don't know
I'm gonna
who you
pay it, but
are.
you,
Yeah,
yeah, but you can.
yeah.
Um, Tell me, what is your dream festival or event you wanna play in the future?
Dream Festival. Okay.
Like maybe top of the
Yes.
top. Like what are you
Okay.
dreaming?
So Coachella last year, 2022, was my first year going,
I've
and
never
it
been.
was, you should go. You would love it. It's very like eclectic music, right? Like bands, like singers, just like different, not just EDM, basically. And
Nothing bad about EDM.
nothing about EDM, but well, like what music do you listen to other than like house or like disco and
Um, no, it's a different. Like
different?
back in the days, I'm listening indie rock music, for
Mm,
example. Sometimes I can listening some. I'm from Russia. Sometimes I listen to Russian music as well.
love it.
Different music. I love old house.
Mm.
Honestly, I'm not listening the tech house or the music what I'm playing at the party during the days. I wanna keep my mind clear and keep my ears clear. I just wanna listen to music when I'm focused on the music, when I can like be okay. Right now, I'm listening and I'm just like, you understand?
Yes, yes, yes.
You understand?
Yes, keep your ears like at a minimum. Because if
What
you
are you
listen to that all the
listening?
time, I love like indie, alternative, psychedelic rock. So like a lot of vocals and stuff like that.
Do you know Al-J? It's a England band. Al-J,
LJ.
they yeah, they're playing like indie rock. Is it
Mm.
indie rock what they're playing? Al-J? You don't know? No one is listening? Okay. It's one of my favorite band. Like
LJ.
every track is a story. Every track is putting a goosebumps on your please.
Yes. You should listen to Mild High Club.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool stuff. Very like transcending. Like if I'm on mushrooms, like that's just hits. But
I love it.
yes. But yeah, so Coachella is good for that stuff because you could see those bands that you wouldn't normally see like, locally and stuff. So, but yeah, definitely Coachella is top.
So, I mean, for
Mm.
example, what if some of the people from Coachella, like production area, listening us right now or watching, we are ready to perform at Coachella, please.
Talent buyers, hit us up.
Okay, second one.
Um, I would say Desert Hearts. When I went this year, it was my first year going, and I feel like the vibe is a little wooky, but not too much. And the music is very cool, like not your everyday, like tech house or like regular house. So, it's a little like groovy but funky, like very weird. And I like that stuff.
But you already played at so many cool places. You already played like a Doll Skills collaboration, like a Space Yacht. Like if someone watching right now, like the young artists, young DJs, tell us like some tips how to get like the gigs or like how to connect with the people. What is
Yes.
secret?
I would say find your, inspiration, whether that's like a Peggy Goo size, of like someone who's famous or like local, have a range of people who you look up to and look at their posts and really study like, when they post festivals or shows, who are they tagging, who are they thanking, right? Like that's a very strategic way to kind of know where to like go, what bars or what clubs to go to, and who to follow, who to DM, who to talk to, who to look for when you're at those shows and venues and stuff.
So connections, just go talk
Hmm.
to the people, meet people, say hey.
If you could, yes, and also like right, have good music taste, like have the technical skills to back up like your goals, and like when you meet with them, you want to present something that you have the skills to be put in those opportunities. And yeah.
What do you think about the social media right now? We're living in the era of the Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and sometimes you don't have to go somewhere, or like the events founder and people who doing parties, they don't have to see you in person before they can book you, because they can go to the Instagram, see, oh hey, oh cool, I see like what she's playing, I see how she's looking, how she's moving. What do you think about like this one? How important for artists to make the Instagram?
Absolutely. Content is king. Content marketing is number one, you know? There's different types of marketing you could do, right? Like in person, like that's networking and stuff. But like you said, like sometimes people can't go out all the time. Like I had a lifestyle that not many people have. And like so if you have a chance to like record your sets or record you just mixing at like pirate studio, or like put some content out there, and what makes you stand out or get the attention of others is like brand yourself, like put your personality into your posts, whether that's through like memes or like funny captions or deep captions. Like share your journey, share who you are, like show your personality through social media.
For people to understand you more, like who
Yeah.
are you? Like,
And get to know you and like and click with you, right? A lot of people like to see people's journeys because they get inspired and like they become a fan, and your music on top of that. When you put that out there, people will resonate with that or not, but just put out content, be brave, like me, like a year ago, like I tried to put out content for marketing, hated it, didn't, I just closed up. I didn't like to put myself out there. But with music, I'm forced to. And like I really came out of my shell and was like, okay, fuck it, like let's do it. People are gonna judge me, and like I'm scared to do this, but you have to do that to grow. And like it's not easy for all of us. Is it easy for you to make content? You're like content
yeah,
queen.
that's the thing. Sometimes people are, oh, you have such a good content, I wish I can do that as well. But I'm like at this point because I'm doing it naturally, like as I think you too, no? Because I'm not pushing myself to make some reel or to put some story. I just doing because I love it. I love it to express myself. I was growing up in Russia in the like cold winter. Like I'm from Muslim family, and I was always like trying to express myself, but I just start to do it more active just in LA. Like
Yeah.
I can wear like this pink top and do like that. I can like blind dye my hair. I can do like some crazy thing in a good way and be like bright, be visible, and I love it. It's not like I'm doing just because of something. I just like I do it because I want it, and I just do the content. Um, it's going just naturally, but it's really important these
Yes, it's
days.
self-expression, and like a lot of people out there, I mean, that's my perspective, right? Like some DJs, producers, artists like don't put their brand out there, or they just post flyers or whatever it is, but I feel like doing that way is very hard for promoters or like, events to see you and really connect with you and want to book you, 'cause
Yeah,
yeah.
but also the main thing I want to mention too, that this is the social media like Instagram is not the main thing, because I know a lot of girls DJs, more girls than guys. They have amazing Instagram. I mean, amazing in case that they're putting a lot of content, they're filming, they go to a pirate studio, they're doing this, that looks beautiful. But I don't see the personality behind this video. I cannot see like
Right.
the uniqueness. Why, for example, if I have a party, I don't wanna hire you as a DJ because you are not interested in. You understand what I mean?
Yes,
So
I
it's not.
think that's like the reality of like what, not the reality, but like some people book you because they want to party with you because they like who you are, and it's hard to feel that way, that in the industry, you have to do the networking or you have to do the politics, but it's part of it.
Yeah, because right now DJ is not just like person who just playing the music. DJ is it's more. No, you said
No,
right.
there's that meme that looks like to be a DJ in 2023, and like they're riding a tricycle, they're like do video editing, content, like making music, DJing, like no, all this stuff, and
I know
it's a lot.
when I met the people, I'm not like a superstar yet in the music industry. That's why when people met me, they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm DJing, play the music." Just DJing, something else? I'm like, yes, just DJing, but also I'm editing video, I'm filming my set, also I'm hustling, like doing
Right.
other jobs like for living, doing like modeling. Like I'm just like moving around. I'm just like, hey, also I can walk with my hand. I don't know, like, oh, I can do this, I
You're
can do
so
this. Like,
funny.
yeah, we just
It's
started this
so true.
podcast because, like, honestly, because of the social media, when you're sitting in the Instagram, but we are sitting in Instagram a lot, you're like, oh my God, one talented person, this one, like, look what they're doing, like releasing these tracks. Like, I don't know, everyone doing is so much. Maybe it's just the thing of the social media of Instagram that just putting like the best part of yourself, we are not like showing our struggles, like how we crying in the middle of the night because like, oh,
Being broke.
not yeah,
Yeah.
really sometimes, like, God bless, I have a people surround like around me who are can text me or DM me or just came to me and say like, hey, you're doing great, thank you so much, we love your music. Because sometimes I can see it and thinking everything is bad. Everything
Mm.
is bad. I'm not satisfied what I'm doing. Like, I'm pretty honest with myself. I'm not like thinking about myself in the bad way. I'm trying to be realistic, not like super optimistic or in the negative way, but like I'm honest to myself and like, okay, I'm doing this for years. I want to see like more high quality result from what I'm doing right now. And I think I need a doctor to talk to. No, I'm not
No,
kidding.
you're
I
doing
swear.
great. Honestly, you're doing so many different things for yourself, and to be able to do this full time, not a lot of people can do that. Like in this industry, a lot of artists have multiple jobs, you know? Like my favorite thing is to ask these people, what do you do like as your 9 to 5, right? You get a bunch of different answers. And so we're all the same though in the way that we're multitasking, we're all trying to make it, we all have ambitious goals, you know, and everyone approaches that goal or succeeds in their own way. And so, yeah, this podcast is one of those ways. And, you know, for me, it's like marketing, 9 to 5, like pays the bills. I'm 26 now. I needed like, like
Is it the
healthcare.
job
So,
of your dream? You like dream about like to work in marketing, like do this stuff or not, or it just happened by itself too?
well, I was in school for psychology, but I knew that I could not be in school for 8 years. I'm not like textbook like girly, but I dropped out and I self-taught marketing. You know, I really indulged through like courses and YouTube, you know, and all that stuff. And I just got a job like freelancing within like 3 months of learning. And so again, like just wanting to learn and like really yearning to grow quickly helped me in my early career. And marketing was never something I thought I would do, but I love being creative in that sense. And yeah, now I think it's capped, right? Because like I feel like I've done all different work environments, and I do feel like I get to help people with my business by teaching others and like helping them get a job in the industry. But other than that, like I don't like there's a cap, you know, like within the industry.
Can you imagine that you like stop being a social media manager and just like start the full day like career, like your like DJing career? Can you imagine that, or your DJing is just more a hobby for you? What is that?
I think that that's what I'm excited to see
So you
is
imagining it before
like
you
I'm
going
gonna
to
go
sleep?
full on. Like I'm gonna do this thing and you guys are
All
gonna
in.
watch it. Like I'm gonna go all the way. Like I my aspiration is to be like the next Peggy Goo because like she's huge, right? But like more than that to make timeless music and like make an impact on the industry and like that is insane to think. If you think of other industries, like you're in it for a couple years, what, you're a founder, you're a director, you make good money, whatever, and that's it. But music is so broad. Like,
Have you ever think like sometimes when I'm doing about the music industry, about like my goals and my dreams, sometimes I scared myself because like with my thoughts, how big is this industry? How big is the competition? How many is a girls DJ and a guys DJ? How many talented people around me? They're like playing 8 instruments. They're like, I don't know, making music from 5 years old. I literally found the Instagram account of the guy. He's like 6 years old or 7 years old,
well,
and he's doing crazy thing. I swear. I think he's very popular, like a million views already. It's crazy. His mom just filming him. He just like recording the like toothbrush sound and just like making tracks from the toothbrush sound or wherever he going like to the very big studios. I'm like, oh my god. And when I'm watching that, I'm just like putting myself in the shelf. I'm like, I
Well,
even cannot play the piano. I don't remember. Like I can play just drums. I'm like, oh.
I'm sure people look at your profile and, she's
But
a huge
Instagram is not the
influencer,
talent.
but they probably like I look at you and I'm like, wow, like she is so ahead. Like I aspire to be her in other ways, like with content or like creativity and music, right? I'm not there yet, but I see it as like that's so inspiring. She's badass, and I'm sure other people look up to you in that sense too. And like there's so much more for you in this music industry that you're going to evolve into,
But
and
do you
that's like
have this type of
exciting.
feelings or just I
Oh
just
yeah. Well, of course I get scared. Of course I compare myself and I think like I like do people actually like me? Do they like my music? Like am I going to achieve what I want to achieve, right?
what is
Um
it when you thinking, do the people like my music or not? Is it like ego
I'm
of artist?
Delulu, girl. I'm like delusional. Like I have huge goals that like I just dream big, and like I think everything in life it's great to dream big cuz even if you don't hit that big point, you're going to hit somewhere close to it. And like
Agree.
I just like I'm Delulu. Like I'm who knows, right? Like Delulu
No,
is like
no.
crazy. I'm crazy. Like I
No,
just
right. When I just started like my music career, my music journey like 4 years ago, uh I start following the theory like say yes to everything,
mm,
because especially when you just start your music way, your music life, you need to play more gigs. You have to play more. You need more gigs. You're like, yes, yes, whatever.
oh
I can
yeah.
play for free. I can play this cheap bar somewhere, whatever, with zero people around. You're saying yes because you never know uh, who will you meet there or what can happen to you. Um, what do you think about this theory? Can this theory can be useful for the people who just start the music?
If you see my lifestyle, if you see the gigs that I played within the last year and a half, like it's almost every week since October. And like it's good and bad, right? Because of the mental health and just like lifestyle. But I'm still learning how to balance that, like taking all the opportunities that are given to me because I'm grateful for them and I'm appreciative that like people are thinking of me. And I think the same way, like it could lead to another opportunity or someone there might be, you know, talent booker for like Vegas or who knows who you're gonna meet. I think that's a great growth mindset, but
You have
depending
to
on how
balance.
long you're in your career, right, you have to like give yourself space and balance and know that like you can't. It's not like a long term strategy for your mental health and your sanity.
Absolutely
Like
agree.
it's like you can't do that. Like if you just play shows all the time, you say yes to every week, multiple times a week, like where's the self care? Where's the family? Where's the friends? Where's like, other parts of your life? It's, yeah.
Yeah, when I'm
So,
talking to my boyfriend, he's like, "Hey, like, do you need more gigs this month? Maybe you have like to reach out to the people." I said like, "No, I want to play, not just because of play." I had a moment when I play like 2, 3 times in a week, and the the music becoming your routine. It's like a job. You don't have like a fire inside of you. You're not inspiring. You're not motivated to find new songs. You're just like going like to the 5 to job, like this kind of
yes.
thing. I don't want to have it. I want to be always like with a butterfly inside of my stomach, always like, oh, yes, yes, yes. I better to do something else beside the music, like, I don't know, to make money or to do something else. But I want to leave the music as something special, like as a dessert,
Right.
you know?
I think it depends on where you are in your career and your goals, right? Like in the beginning, like you said, you used to play multiple times a week. Like that's still me because I don't know how to say no yet. But I think over like at this point right now, I'm trying to be more selective. You get more selective with your shows, who you play for. You raise your rates, which also like people can't afford sometimes, and that's okay. So that's how you start saying no, and like you get more selective with like, okay, I want to play shows that are direct support or headlining only, right? So, yeah, I think it's something that you learn over time with the music
But
industry,
yeah, it
but
just passed the yeah. I agree because like when you just start your career, you really have to say maybe yes more often and just
hmm
like meet the people and stuff like that. But after that, when you have a choices to between the gigs, you have like people know you, you have to follow the theory of saying no, like the
yes.
power of word no,
And like
right?
you'll saturate yourself if you don't also,
Yeah, I
Like
have.
people are like, "Oh, like she's playing every week. I could just see her whenever."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very important. I just yeah talk
You
to
want demand,
yeah, because the people when they're selling ticket, like I mean the guys
Mm.
who doing events and parties, they wanna to invite like exclusive people, like exclusive
hmm
artists. They don't want to invite the artists like if yeah, you understand what I
Everyone
mean.
can see all the time.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But I think that's why like making music really sets you apart too. Like you'll have like fans or places outside of your local spots that really want to book you and then you're
Yeah,
like, "Okay,
I'm very happy that I started doing the YouTube music sets. Like it was 3 4 years ago. Right now, I just start doing it last, so that's why I start doing podcast because I want a little bit change something in my life. I want to try something new. But back in the days, it's so interesting that the YouTube is like took people from all over the world. It's more than Instagram was for me because even when I got the last gig in New York, I asked guys like, "Hey, like, how did you find me? Why you like had a call to me right now?" They said like, "We found your YouTube set," and
wow."
all it's like it's a very like often answer. How right to say when the people saying, "I saw your YouTube set, that's why we reach you out," and yeah, but I started YouTube just for fun. Like, hey, just put
Amazing.
the camera.
Well, just know that you inspired me to post YouTube sets. So keep
Really?
doing what you're doing.
I remember when we played together at the Brussels, your friend came to me and she's like, "Hey, I have your photo on my how right to say?
Wallpaper?
Yes, phone from the last November."
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
"What?" I'm like, "Why?" And she
Wait,
really showed me this wallpaper and
what?
this photo is like really very old. You cannot find this photo in my like Instagram if you are scrolling like a minute. It's like pretty like far away and I'm like, "I believe you because this photo is pretty old." And these kind of comments and when it's happened to me, it makes me feel that everything that I'm doing is makes sense. It's
Yes.
not like
That
just
is your fan base, your
your friends are
impact.
my
Yeah.
fan base and my friends is
It's a
your
little weird sometimes, but that's like also cool to see like people are inspired by you. And like for me, it's when people would come up to me or DM me and be like, you like, I didn't like house before, but hearing your set, like I really am getting into it now. Or now I listen to house music and stuff. And like you're changing people's perspectives, and like that's something that I love to do. Cause look at me, you could judge me, you could say like, oh, she's like
but I don't care.
small Asian girl, but I'm like,
It's a
no, like,
compliment, small Asian
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
It's so cute.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
yeah.
so let's imagine that on front of you, a group of the young artists who are just start their career or they want to start. What the advice you want to give them as a person who already played like at the big events in LA? What the tips you can give?
I feel like the big one for me was that networking one, like showing up, having it be like non-transactional, right? Don't like just ask them like, hey, can I play there the first time you meet? But develop your relationships and provide some value. Um, but also yeah, the whole branding aspect. I think those two skills are very powerful combined. Um, what is it? What did I say?
You
The
said
branding,
the
the branding
branding,
of
yeah,
yourself,
to
showing your
be
personality,
who you
yes.
are, right?
And never give up. Like have that tenacious attitude. Like don't give a fuck. People are gonna talk. You're gonna talk in your head. Like, but you know what? Just know good things take time, and compare yourself to other people, how long they've been in the industry. Like I hear my friends have been producing for 10 years and they just popped off, and it's scary but exciting. You're like, okay, that's a timeline that I can compare myself to. Like, and that should inspire you. Like, okay, let me try to do it quicker. Like, learn from others. But yeah, learn from others. Have a mentor. I think that's something that we don't have a lot in this industry. Like, I don't know if you have a music mentor, but
No, I don't. But I think in the different period of time, I always had a people who are help me, especially at this time. Like they cannot help me maybe now, but at this time they give me some like push, you know.
Right, yes. People who support you that like have knowledge in this industry. Yeah.
Do you have someone who giving push like right now these days to you?
Yes, I do.
Who is it?
Michelle, she was like my first and like main mentor. And
From
then
Amsterdam or not? They're
no,
different.
she lives here. Yeah, she
Ah,
lives close
hi
by. Yes.
Michelle.
Yeah, Seduza. And so she's like a big mentor for me, like just loving support and also help me like how to approach events and like how to, you know, talk about rates or even some technical things too. And I had another mentor too, but yeah, I feel like along the way, there's people who approach you and like want to see you succeed, right? So that encouragement goes a long way because it tells me that I'm doing something right to have others who are more mature in this field really like compliment me or say I've improved or grown and stuff. So and also give those compliments back, right? Like always give back throughout your journey too,
Always
because
support each other. It's
yes,
so important.
yeah, you don't want to just be a taker. You want to provide too. So
Yeah, like
full
give.
circle, yeah.
Yeah, full circle, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm pretty sure like I see that we have a lot of like mutual things between us, you know, like our mood, our vibe, like some background things. And I wish you the best. I'm really very happy that you came to me like to this podcast because it's the first episode. I don't know, like
Oh.
I just will start editing of this podcast, see how it will go. But I appreciate you that you came, that you share your story, that you shared your experience. I'm pretty sure that we will see each other maybe like I don't know in 6-8 months and you're already playing at the Coachella, you know, who knows. Thank you so much. See you in Miami. I think that this episode will pop out in the 2024 in the new year. Yeah, so
Exciting.
hey from the past, hey future. Thank you so much. I love you and can wait to play with you this week.
Thank you for having me. You're the best. She's really the best.
Yeah.